Many people the world over believe that life exists or once existed on Mars. While we found direct evidence of liquid water on the red planet, we have yet to find any microbes there. But not all hope is lost. New discoveries from NASA's Curiosity rover has brought forth more compelling evidence of life on Mars. Researchers studying Curiosity's data say the rover has detected boron in the 3.8 billion-year-old Gale crater. Boron is an element that can catalyze the formation of RNA, the single-stranded carbon copy of DNA found in all living cells when dissolved in water. The boron was discovered in calcium sulfate mineral veins suggestive of ancient groundwater, so the team believes this could mean at least some of the water once present in the Gale crater had conditions favourable to the emergence of life. Since the 1960s, hoaxers have believed the moon landing was fate in order for the United States to win the space race against the Soviet Union. Others believed it was to increase NASA's funding. In the 1970s, NASA launched two spacecrafts called Viking 1 and Viking 2 on missions to Mars. Those spacecraft photographed the surface of Mars and sent images back to NASA. Ever since then, conspiracy theorists are certain there's inhabitants on Mars. So in this video we count down 5 signs of aliens and alien life on Mars. Frozen beneath a region of cracks and pitted plains on Mars lies about as much water as what's in Lake Superior. Scientists examined part of Mars' Utopia Planitia region, in the mid-northern latitudes with the orbiter's ground-penetrating shallow radar instrument. Analysis of data from more than 600 overhead passes with the onboard radar instrument reveals a deposit more extensive in area than the state of New Mexico. The deposit ranges in thickness from about 260 feet to around 560 feet, with a composition that's 50 to 85% water ice, mixed with dust or larger rocky particles. This deposit probably formed as snowfall accumulating into ice sheets mixed with dust during a period in Mars history when the planet's axis was more tilted than it is today. The name Utopia Planitia translates loosely as the Plains of Paradise. The newly surveyed ice deposit spans latitudes from 39 to 49 degrees within the plains. It represents less than 1% of all known water ice on Mars, but it more than doubles the volume of thick buried ice sheets known in the northern plains. Ice deposits close to the surface are being considered as a resource for astronauts. But what does this mean for the prospects for life on Mars? The surface of Mars is a rotten place for life, being exposed to ultraviolet radiation. In this case, the water cycles is all at the surface, so any life would be trying to cling on in a very harsh environment. But another option is that it could be aquifers, the plumbing system in the rock that feeds these seasonal streams. NASA's Mars rover has shot some very interesting things on the red planet's surface. Those who follow its findings has woken up to one particular screen of footage. The shot seems to show what could be the skull of a dinosaur. The footage was shared online by Marie via her YouTube channel. She said the following: "This artifact is definitely a creature's skull, possibly a dinosaur. I think it could even be a wild horse." She goes on to share that she hasn't added anything to the footage except from colour. The publication then goes on to say that Marie took the raw images from the mast cam on NASA's Curiosity rover. The image does appear to be the skull of some sort. Marie even said that I've pointed out areas like the mandible and maxilla, as well as 6 other points of reference. This proves it's not a weird shaped rock. The mandible and maxilla are bones found within the skull, particularly in the jaw area. Other than this, the footage also seems to clearly show a row of teeth, as well as an eye socket for the creature. At this point, however, nothing has been confirmed. There is a long history of seeing animal shapes on Mars, the red planet being an especially attractive target because it's so tightly associated with the search of life in space, and because we have just so many pictures on the surface to dig through. Conspiracy theorists zoomed in on a portion of a panoramic photo taken by NASA's Curiosity rover in September 2012. These viewers spotted an object that looked like a rat lying between 2 rocks. While it's a creative idea, the Mars rat is highly unlikely, scientists have said. The red planet has extremely cold temperatures, is baked in radiation and lacks a thick protective atmosphere like Earth's, making it an extremely hostile environment for life. But there are those that believe these animals have been taken to Mars for experiments. In one of the images being backed by NASA's very own robot, researchers claim to have found a pyramid half buried in the Martian soil. A huge debate was initiated among people in social media whether the structure Curiosity had found was an actual pyramid. Now another image has surfaced on the internet showing what appears to be another pyramid located on Mars. While there are many people who remain skeptical about the fact that Mars was inhabited in the distant past, and that this is just another rock formation on the Red Planet, there are others who believe that it's very possible that the Red Planet was inhabited by intelligent beings in the distant past, and that the geometry of the structure suggests it's an artificially created construction, and is not in any way pareidolia or trick of light and shadow. People who have looked at the image say the angles and lines of the pyramid are believed to be a telltale sign that it differs from a natural formation. If you look at the surrounding landscape where the new Martian pyramid was found, you will notice there are no similar pyramids, but geologists believe that it's nothing more than a natural rock formation. Groundhogs, also called woodchucks, are large rodents. They are also one of the 14 species of ground squirrels. In fact, they're the largest members of the squirrel family. From head to rump, groundhogs are 17 to 24 inches long. They weigh around 13 pounds, which is about twice the average weight of a newborn human baby. Like other squirrels, groundhogs have tails that grow around 7 to 10 inches long. These round creatures look like little bears when they stand on their hind legs. Groundhogs also have large claws they use to dig impressive burrows in the ground. A groundhog's incisors grow about a 1/16 of an inch each week to keep up with their eating schedule. Scott C. Waring was convinced he spotted a groundhog in a picture of the surface of Mars. While many offered the simple explanation of an oddly shaped rock, the investigator was determined this was a groundhog. Another supposed animal spotted on Mars was this snake. Recent news surfaced suggesting that an alien snake was spotted on an image of Mars taken by NASA. NASA released high-resolution images of the red planet showing rocky formations similar to that of national parks in the US. However, instead of studying the rock formations, conspiracy theorists claim they saw an image of an alien snake lurking between the crevices of the rock formations. From the enhanced photo, an image of a long figure that resembles a snake descending the rocks was circled and highlighted to show people there was indeed something in the photo. Conspiracy theorists say the photo is enough evidence to prove there is life on Mars. However, NASA continues to deny the allegations. In 2010, something that looked like a monkey showed up in a photo taken by the Mars Spirit rover. The photo was taken in the Gusev crater. This was a crater that is believed to have once been filled by water. The photo created quite a buzz among alien enthusiasts. It sort of looks like the body of a gorilla but with the head of a squirrel monkey. The sampling of a small amount of Martian sand was slightly delayed while scientists puzzled over unusually brightly coloured flecks in the hole carved out by the Curiosity scoop. Initially, the team believed the bright flecks were shed by the rover, similar to bits of plastic debris. They did not rule out the possibility, but most of the team now believe they're naturally occurring, perhaps a mineral that was fractured by the rover's scoop. To be on the safe side, scientists commanded Curiosity to dump that sample and collect sand from another site. They would then take the sample for processing in the onboard laboratory. The aim is to get an ingredient list for minerals in the Martian soil. Richard Cook of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory said the following: "We definitely are more aware of what's out there now, and are more careful about everything we look at." This crab-like object was seen on Mars in late July 2015. When this photo was uploaded, it reminded many people of the facehuggers from the movie Alien. When the photo is blown up, we can see what looks like 8 legs, just like crabs on Earth. The strange creature does look out of place hanging from the wall of the rock. Many people have argued about its size, with guesses ranging from a few feet to the size of a car. But NASA scientists have hit back and said this is a case of pareidolia. One scientist stated that people who want this to be true are going to see what they want to see, but conspiracy theorists are sticking with the crab theory. So what are all these objects that people are seeing? The brain has evolved to be able to distinguish faces and other significant objects in crowds and within the environment in general. This is known as pareidolia, and it's claimed that humans use this to enrich the imagination, and to see things that are simply not there. Another theory contends that humans cannot deal with logical gaps, and thus tend to make up things in order to maintain a stable framework. It's difficult for many to admit they do not know or are not sure about anything. Thus, alternative theories are invented to instigate themselves as a person who knows the way things actually operate, as opposed to dealing with the fact that the typical human knows relatively little about space physics or extraterrestrial lifeforms. So that was 5 signs of alien life on Mars. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more countdown videos.